The Big Five. The Big Five personality traits that kind of determine that who you are, what you are like in discipline and throughout the work environment, which would be the biggest application that these are used for. And what I have found is that I am very openness to experience, very low in conscientiousness. Got trouble with words sometimes. I am high in extroversion. I am agreeable. Somewhat, I'm in the middle of agreeableness and low in natural reactions. And it's interesting because this all stems from Jordan Peterson and his talks and speaks. I've been listening to him lately. Really been trying to delve into certain ideas over personality. And it didn't start with Jordan Peterson, it started somewhere else. But I'll get to that in a second. Because welcome to another podcast Clipcast with me, the complicated but kinda simple podcast. And I am here today with another video just over personalities and over just trying to figure myself out, I guess, right? So get a little insight over me. Before I start though, I wanted to say that I'm thinking that now that I'm in college, I should be able to pump out about 2 videos a week minimum. That's not a promise, but it's my standard that I'm going for, at least one. Sometimes more, sometimes less, but that's going to be like the mean, and there will be like a standard deviation of like 1 or 2 videos. And I might put out more, I want to do more, and I'm hoping to do that, but you don't really know the future. But what I do know is that for right now, if I have time and ideas and just feel right about the content, I'm going to keep putting it out. And that is why today I was thinking about speaking over the Big Five. But before that, the Myers. So I am, according to the Myers personality test, the debater. And some people don't really want to give the Myers like a lot of credit because they say it's not really rooted in that much scientific evidence, and that is true from what I've heard, the little research that I've done. I'm not saying anything for a fact, so please don't take it as that, but from what I have heard in my research, it is not 100% scientific, and yet I still like to follow it because, not completely, this isn't script or it's not exactly like the thing that I just judge my actions by, but it is something I like to delve into, and I think it is useful, especially with identifying things that you may have trouble in and identifying things you like, and personally, when I first started this, I first did this when I was younger in high school, and I didn't do any research then about it. I was just like, oh, cool, this is kind of cool, and I forgot about it. And then a few months ago, I kind of started, I'm going to say about a month ago, I started getting back into it, just trying to find more information about it. And I can clearly say that nothing is set in stone, right? But what I can say is, if it is not useful, I would have to disagree with someone that says that like it is not useful, because for me personally, especially in the just characteristics that you may have, I think that is very accurate, and I enjoy it. Actually, I like seeing how it says that. I like having like fantasy thoughts. I like having Not in that way, but I more to like just obscure just ideas that may not work. I love having those ideas constantly. I like I'm very scatterbrained. I like being charismatic and a quick thinker with groups of friends, and I like being, kind of a hole. It's just something that I really do enjoy, right? I tried to be smart over a variety of topics, and yeah, the other things that I see that it says like very argumentative for my like weaknesses, like that's true too. And this is why I find it interesting when people say this doesn't have a lot of like, proof or data behind it. I'm like, yeah, but it's 100% true that I love to argue. I love to play devil's advocate. I love to be wrong and right. It's like combat. Mental combat is my thing, I like checkmating people in conversation with things you said or ideas that I can bring to you that now you have to like, really just think about. You can't just be like yes or no. It's like, well, really though? And then if you still say no, I like to come back and say, well, I think you're wrong because of this reason. Insensitive and intolerant. I'm pretty tolerant of people, maybe too tolerant at times. Going back to the last podcast, sometimes I'm too tolerant for my own good, but also you never know until more in the future. So we'll see how it plays out. But I am insensitive when it comes to certain people's ideas. Now, it doesn't mean I won't tread on water when I deem it is the right time to. So obviously when people are sensitive over a topic, I'm not going to just not discuss it, but I am going to try to respect it, because if it matters to you, I can't really have a conversation with someone that just is mad at me. That's just an argument. That's not what I'm doing. I'm trying to have a debate. So in that sense, yeah, I am going to be pretty just insensitive. Like, I do want to break down your ideas, but I am sensitive in a way of I can't have a freaking debate in the first place, though, if we don't even speak. And, the other two are dislike practical matters and find it difficult to focus. And while I do agree with those, I can definitely say that just because I am ENTP does not mean I don't work on things like that, right? Like, I definitely feel that that's just part of becoming responsible as a person. So I can definitely see how there's merits to this and how there's not. And I really like it. I think it's interesting. But I don't know. I just don't want to throw the baby out with the bathwater. Like, there's still good stuff here, But and then I went online. I was like researching the credibility and online. What's the first one I go to? Knowing that I'm probably not gonna like the response, but try to keep an open mind. And it's Adam from Adam Ruins Everything. And I like play the video for like 2 minutes, and I just like stop it. I'm like, this isn't even helpful. I literally clicked on this video ready to get just a little angry at it, and that's fair. I was kind of pissed, just like, and I didn't even finish it because, man, just bad journalism is probably like one of my pet peeves. Like, when people just have an idea that they see and they don't agree with it, and instead of saying that like something is like good about it, not saying that he said that throughout the whole video, because maybe he did talk good about it at the end. I don't know. I didn't watch it all, but the 2 minutes that I did watch, I was just like, yeah, this guy's setting it up to be just just like throw the, like, who cares what it says? Like, it doesn't even matter. It's just silly, this guy just made it up. Not really a real doctor, not really a real psychologist. This guy barely cared about his job. Like, okay, well, it's like saying carbs are bad because donuts are carbs, and you'll get addicted to donuts because they're so sweet and they're like so delicious. Therefore, carbs are just bad for you. It's like, well, no. Just because carbs are carbs doesn't mean they're necessarily bad. Like, you should still eat them. Maybe not donuts all the time, but you should still be having carbs. Therefore, also, with this, okay, maybe you shouldn't be following the 16 personality test. Like, I'm a freaking just so knowledgeable because of this thing, and it said I was, and I'm like original and smart just because it's like, obviously not that, but still take what you can from them. It's not gonna be totally useless, and I think that's where I get so mad with journalism that just sees a topic and just wants to throw it away. It's like, okay, dude, like, you weren't even gonna have a proper conversation anyways. You were just gonna say what you wanted and kind of walk out that door. Cool. That's not what I'm here for. Therefore, I went to Jordan Peterson over what he said, and he said that in another video, which was like a clip of him responding to a stream or something, over the Myers versus the Big Five personality traits. And what I found was the Big Five is probably better for you because it's more accurate and it's going to be more useful, being that you're willing to take the criticism and truly just want to adapt, And what I feel that is very true, and it's much more maybe because of the format of the Myers on the 16personalitytest.com site, but I feel that is extremely true, that it doesn't really sugarcoat anything, which is where I'm going back to being, and I did it twice, just to see how it turns out, if the scores are going to turn out the same. And it's not the official one from them, but it's just from the 1, 2, 3 test. And yeah, pretty in line. So openness to experience, I got 88, so pretty high, and it's pretty true. I would agree with that. I love new ideas. If you have an old traditional way of doing it and I don't agree with it, I kind of just don't even want to follow it. I kind of just want to do my own thing. Unless you're literally forcing my hand, then I will listen. But besides, someone having power over me and making me do something a certain way, no, I'm not gonna enjoy doing it a traditional way. Well, not even it's not that I won't enjoy it. I won't do it the traditional way. Conscientiousness. There we go. I scored 13 this time. I remember I scored 5 last time, so maybe I give myself a few more points consciously or unconsciously this time, but still same drift. This is definitely my biggest one away from 50. So it was 13 and it was 5 last time, so it's very low. So even here it tries to, when I think of this, I kind of feel bad in a way because it means that I don't want to finish things. That's what I see as, and people who are managers, people who are workers, are apparently just very conscientious, and that's okay, but it's kind of frustrating because it means I need to work on myself, because it's I need to truly work on things that are going to make me happy. I should see through things through to the end and shouldn't just, start something and leave, which funny enough is in the Myers thing too, but I'm not gonna go down that rabbit hole. Extroversion, 86 high. I think it was just as high first time I did it, and I would agree with that. I'm pretty extroverted, but I do have a limit. I've noticed there's a certain point where I will just go back in my shell, and I just get tired of people. Nothing personal, it's just I need my own time too. Some people are just extroverts completely, very few I would say, and then some people are just usual extroverts, and some people are I am kinda extroverted, even though it says it's high here. I would agree with that. I love talking to people, but I also know there's a certain point where I could not care less. I don't want to see you. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to interact with you. Sorry. But it's just the way I am. Agreeableness. And I would actually say, let me go back to the extroversion for a second. I would say when I'm in like huge parties, I think that's where like my extroversion scale kind of breaks, because it's like I enjoy them, but it's definitely not a regular thing for me. Like that's not my environment. I'm extroverted in certain environments, like talking with friends. I'm extroverted like meeting a small group of people, just extroverted where somewhere I can feel I can get comfortable, which usually isn't going to be a huge party. Agreeableness, I don't remember if I think I scored a little lower last time. It says 41 in the middle, and I would say that I try to be pretty not agreeable. I don't like it. I don't like agreeing with people just because it is boring. I think that's my true reason why. I just get bored. I get so bored of people always saying yes, 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 or not bringing anything to the conversation, or just people talking about the weather and doing nothing else interesting. I don't like it. It's annoying, bugs me. I'd rather disagree, play devil's advocate, and have a way better time than just, oh yes, yes. It's like, no, disagree. Like, I don't even care if I'm wrong. Like, I'll just say something to say something. And then natural reactions. So I think this is like emotional intelligence, and I think the lower it is, the better it is for being able to control them. And I think my score was similar to this last time. It's just not easily upset in stressful situations. So calm, resilient, relaxed. And I would try to agree with that. I would agree with that. I try to be calm. That's what I was trying to say. Try to be relaxed. Have pretty good confidence in myself. I think that's where it comes from. Not always, but generally speaking, I do, because I've just gone through a lot in life. So I would say, yeah, I can agree with that too. And I like both of these tests personally. I'm going to be completely honest. These tests are not set in stone, but man, are they enjoyable, right? Like, really does help give insight in yourself, and any tool that can do that, even if it's just for fun, it's interesting. But especially for self-improvement, especially for trying to really learn things, great tools, really good stuff, really good, interesting things that I plan to do again, see how I score, if I score the same or similar. And especially now that I know conscientiousness is, I'm so happy I said that pretty clean, I ain't gonna lie, but that work ethic is a sign, it's a sign that I should probably be working on things that I know will improve my life more. And it says also the one that's the most varied is the one that has the most influence on your life, and that's probably true. So it's a sign, and I should take the good when that is good and the bad when that is bad. But anyways, tell me what y'all think about the Big Five, the Myers, and the Big Five personality test. I think I'll leave a link for them. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for listening. Appreciate your time. And any comments, or if you like the video, come back for more content like this. And yeah, I'll catch you later. Peace.